The relative thickness of wool can be described using improper fractions. Put these improper fractions in order of size, starting with the smallest. I've got 2 marks, 4 minutes. So let's have a little look. I need to start with the smallest. So that is important to note. And basically, I've got to put these in order: 3 halves, 7 quarters, 5 thirds. 2 marks available. Now, what I could do is give them all the same denominator to make this easier for me to calculate. And so the lowest common denominator that I can give to them all, let's see, 2 times 4 will be 8, but 3's don't go into 8, but 4 times 3 goes into 12, and 2 is going to 12. So the lowest common denominator I'm going to use is 12. And if I'm going to convert all of these into 12ths, so 3 over 2 would become 12ths would be, if I multiply by the bottom by 6 to get to 12, then I need to do the same to the top. So that would become 18 over 12. And the next one, 7 quarters, would become, I need to multiply by 3, so 21 over 12. And then 5 thirds, I'm going to multiply by 4, top and bottom. As long as I do the same to top and bottom, it's the same, it's equivalent. So 5 times 4 is 20, and it's 12. So notice how I'm writing a fraction. This is how it's perfectly acceptable to write a fraction in an online assessment. So very easily now I can see that the smallest is 3 halves. So from smallest to largest, I've got 3 halves. And then I've got 5 thirds. And finally, the largest is 7 quarters. Okay, and that's, have I answered the question? Starting with the smallest. Yes, I started with the smallest. That looks about right, so I'm happy with that. I'll move on. Okay, we've got another non-calculator question. Zach works out the percentage of days last year that the temperature fell below 0 degrees Celsius. His calculator gives him this answer. Write this percentage to do decimal places. So that's nice and straightforward. So I've got 1 mark available. It is already a percentage, so I'm not converting. I'm not having to multiply by 100 or anything like that. This is a percentage, and all I want to do is write it to 2 decimal places. So if I want to write it to 2 decimal places, then it's this digit that is the one I need to look at, 9. Okay, 9, is that 5 or more? Yes, it is. So I'm going to round up. So my answer is going to be 8.22. Pop that in the box for a nice easy mark. 8.22 is my answer.